Good evening, it's Friday the 29th of May. I'm Dal Darmy on Yarright News on Yarright TV. Now today nearly 200 people have been recorded as dying from COVID-19 in the past 24 hours across the UK. There's nearly 2,000 deaths so far this week. There's still 8,000 people still in our hospitals and there's 8,000 new infections being recorded a day. So let's look at our attitude towards the seriousness of a second spike which could cause another lockdown and numerous deaths. Now the government is ploughing ahead with easing lockdown, although our R rate remains at a dangerous level. So it's down to us, not these fools we just showed you in the picture, it's down to us, me and you people, know what I mean, to keep each other safe, as we have lost faith, respect and understanding of this fucked up joke of a government that is directly responsible for at least 10 to 15,000 of the deaths from COVID-19 in the UK. From piss poor planning and action right from the beginning. Fuddy there. Now in America, another innocent black man, George Floyd, is killed by the police. The 3 police officers have been sacked but no charges have been put to them. In turn, there were protests across America and they soon turned to ugly rioting and looting. So if your son or your partner wakes up in the morning with a broken arm and a black eye, he was protesting against the institutionally racist police force of America. And on the plus side, he'll have a fucking 57-inch LCD TV by the bed as well. You know what I'm saying? And Trump's response to this innocent killing of another black man in America? He tweets, looting will lead to shooting. So what he's done is glorifying violence and focusing on sending in the National Guard to quell the unrest, rather than addressing the innocent killing of another black man in America. Donald Trump's a fool. It's a shame Forrest Gump wasn't black. Because if he'd have been black, he'd have been shot in the back as soon as he fucking started running, and we wouldn't have had to sit through 2 hours of utter fucking shite. You know what I mean? In other news, as pharmaceutical companies race to create a coronavirus vaccine, scientists admit that the only way to guarantee complete protection is by becoming Boris Johnson's fucking chief advisor. The UK announces plan for local lockdowns which can be relaxed on an ad hoc basis when Dominic Cummings is visiting nearby fucking tourist spots. And Carol Vorderman complains that it's sad that people are only really looking at her bum. No, Carol, we look at your tits as well. And as the Premier League prepares for a return, with matches being played behind closed doors in empty stadiums, everyone complains that this gives Man City an unfair advantage as they regularly play home games in empty fucking stadiums. Elsewhere, Stormzy is accused of being a right Scrooge and a tight-fisted fucker. After amassing a fortune of over 3 million, he still won't buy a fucking belt to keep his trousers up. You know what I mean? After telling police he was driving to see if his eyesight was adequate, Stevie Wonder is escorted home by police after being caught driving the wrong way up the M54. And the people of Bradford celebrate as Boris says pubs with outdoor seating can open. As more and more people turn to religion in these troubled times, religion gives people hope in a world torn apart by religion. Now it's time for our Fuddle of the Week. This week's contenders are Dominic Sack the Twat Cummings, Donald the Fuddle Trump, and Boris Fuck the Care Holmes Johnson. So Dominic Sack the Twat Cummings. So we know he's a twat and we know he's a dick, but he's not a Fuddle because he hasn't been sacked. He's got away with it. And he's still got his job, and he's fucking laughing, but he's still a wanker. Donald the Fuddle Trump. We know Donald Trump's a Fuddle because of everything he does, everything he says, and everything he tweets. The man's a Fuddle. And Boris Fuck the Care Holmes Johnson. Boris didn't sack him. We all were waiting for him to sack him. He needed to be sacked, and he didn't sack him. What a Fuddle. So this week's Fuddle of the Week is Boris Fuck the Care Holmes Johnson. You're a Fuddle. You should have sacked him. You did the wrong thing. Now your popularity's gone fucking to pan, and everyone's realising now that right from the start, you and your cronies are fucked it. Know what I mean? Now here's our yeah right thought for the day. Each time you light your lighter gets lighter. Until your lighter gets so light, it won't light. You know what I'm saying? Now with Leroy still on holiday, I will quickly run through this weekend sport. And that's the sport out the way. Now finally, our shout outs. Yeah Right TV would like to shout out the Eagle, our main news correspondent reporting from across the world. The Eagle. Gladball Massey would like to shout out Bal Bassi in Sheffield. She says, I'm game if you are. Not a mate. Taminder would like to shout out Alcoholics Anonymous in Coventry. He said, without them, I'd still be a pisshead. And Reva in Nuneaton is appealing for help in finishing his decking that he started in 97. You know what I mean? And finally, I would like to shout out to my amazing wife, the lovely Suckies Army, for supporting me and putting up with me with Yeah Right TV. Obviously not with your Godad. I'm Dowd Army. This is Yeah Right News on Yeah Right TV. Yeah Right.